Great to have you with us for the Edge team. The main news for England fans from an England perspective this morning is the news that Ben Stokes limped off the field partway through afternoon play. Afterwards, David Gower asked assistant coach Marcus Trescothick for an update.
Now, there is obviously concern about the captain, Ben Stokes. We saw him leave the field in discomfort and not looking at all happy. What can you tell us about the injury?
Well, I don't know anything about the injury at the moment, apart from it's his left leg, I think.
Yeah, left hamstring.
Until he gets the scans and the results of what comes back, we don't really know at this point. Of course, there's a concern it's the same leg, and it's we've had an injury in that area before. But until you get the medical results, then I'm not really in a position that I can really tell you what's happening.
Which leg was it, Tuffers?
I think he might be having a bit of a joke with us there, old Trez. I'm not quite sure. But, no, I mean, I feel very, sad for Ben Stokes. He's put so much work, so much effort into getting himself fit and strong for this series, and then for it just to go again on really what is a bit of a lost cause at Hamilton, really. But that's the kind of fella he is, you know what I mean? He wants to do the lion's share of the bowling. He wants to help his other fast bowlers out. It's just taken... Hamilton has just taken the gloss off this tour of New Zealand for England. Not only the cricket, but it's just compounded then by senior skipper hobble off with yet another hamstring injury. And they're quite tricky hamstrings. You can see here, straight away, doink, and it's gone. And he's a tough old boy, Ben, and he'll just be thinking, I know what I've got to be doing now. I've got to get myself back into the gym. I've got to rehab. I've got to go all through it again. So, tough call for him.
It is tough, and it's ultimately like his involvement in the Ashes in 12 months' time. England won't win the Ashes without a fully fit Ben Stokes. No. The balance, what he does to the side with the fourth seam, we've seen it in this game, the importance of his bowling. But bowling rhythm, you can't just come back from injuries and it happens straight away. Suddenly you need to keep on bowling, and that's what one of the... he's bowled a lot of overs, I think he was almost doing it for himself mentally, to say, well, I can bowl 25 overs in a day, and he did it, and it's almost just the final hurdle now. It's gone again, and look, it looks like a fairly serious hamstring injury, doesn't it? It does not cramp, he knows the difference of that. So it's, it is a blow, and because the balance he gives that side, and ultimately the way they play is led by him. We talk about Bazball, but it's led by Ben Stokes, and Australia fear him. And if he's there just as a batter and he can't, not the bowling thing, his other part, it does hinder him a lot. So again, we're back to almost square one again of will Ben Stokes be fit?
We started the year live on TNT Sports, of course, with the India Test tour, and Ben Stokes not being able to bowl. Finally, he comes in and he's bowling kind of a full complement. But now we see this hamstring situation recur. Is there not somebody in the dressing room with the capacity or with the power, or I don't know what word you want to use, to say to him, Ben, perhaps you could not... This is a lost cause, as you called it, Tuffers. Perhaps you could hold off, maybe bowl a few fewer?
Well, yes, there is. I mean, they look at workloads, and the backroom staff sort of like are continually sort of monitoring what you're up to, batting, bowling and all this kind of stuff. But...
I think he was past that. I think he thought mentally he was done that, because he did, for this time, he rehabbed as well as he's ever rehabbed. Like, he is the type of guy that he always pushes the boundaries on rehab. So you're trying to say, I'll just bowl 10 balls, he'll always bowl 15 balls. If you bowl 20 balls, he'll bowl 30 balls. Just because he always wants to get back quicker, he wants to... He can't sit still. So his strong-willedness and his clarity is one of his great strengths, but obviously a little can then fall into a little bit of the weakness like there, where I guess a lost cause. He probably didn't need to bowl, but he wants to bowl. He wants to do all the stuff. So, again, it's just back to he's going to have to do it again, and fingers crossed he can stay fit. And this might be the final thing where it's like, I'll only bowl 10 overs in the day now, because those 10 overs of him bowling is actually so important for the team.
And you can't go into any sort of sport sort of covering yourself or expecting an injury. You can't go out the back going, oh, God, I hope I don't get one on the gloves and break my finger. No. It's part and parcel of it. You can't go out and bowl and want to be part of a bowling attack thinking, oh, crikey, I can only bowl 10 overs because I might go in the hamstring again. It's either full throttle or not, and that's the kind of guy he is.